Hello, hello. So last time, I don't remember what we got done in space exploration, so there's a good reason we have a to-do list app. I do need to make sure I announced in the Discord, which I did not. Give me 1 second. Okay, there we go. Thruster 2, improved steel needs coal. Oh yeah, okay, so technically I did play like 5 minutes offline after I ended stream last week. I realized I had a very easy fix for coal. Apparently this planet right here, it was like backed up or something with coal in the belt. Or I don't remember exactly what the issue, but basically this would not launch. I think it was like blocked with something because we only had it set to launch when cargo is full, and it got something that could not be full. Maybe, but it's good now. Not really don't know what the issue was. Maybe it was a cargo section issue, space capsules. I don't know. But either way, we cleared it up. It's good now, which means we are getting coal again. I feel like this is a very expensive way to get coal, to import it from another planet, which isn't great, but it's not the worst thing in the world. I feel like this is burning fuel that it doesn't need to be, right? Yeah. I feel like we could definitely connect these here and here and be totally fine. Let's try that. Let's see if we have enough belt for that actually, because that's really what it comes down to. I feel like it shouldn't be, but in this case, this is a auxiliary planet. I don't know if that's the right word, but it sounded like a good word to use for that. But this is like a secondary planet, so it doesn't actually have any form of self-production. Not necessarily. It might have a couple belt assemblers here and there, but it definitely can't support everything it needs. But these are hooked up, so that's good. Input prio, right. And then here we need to change the output prio. Honestly, I might just like stop these. Actually, that's not the one I want to stop. It doesn't actually. Wait, it doesn't matter. Either way, it's not protected from brownouts. So we're just gonna have to hope that this never runs out of water. Otherwise, we are absolutely doomed. I don't know what this is. Oh, we do have belt production. Huh. I don't know how we're getting splitters. Wait, do splitters not require circuits in this mod? Oh, fast splitters do, but yellow splitters don't. Oh, that's awesome. Novice is being destroyed. Yeah, that tracks. Okay, so this should make it that we can also get coal from this spot, which is nice because, you know, you can see here 2.2 million, 800,000, and 5.5 mil. So we're good on coal for a while. This is just a very expensive way to do it. I would like to switch to a train system, though I'm not sure if that is realistic. Again, these only run if this has less than 400. Awesome. I could probably lower the output buffer, but I don't think it matters too much. Let's see, this is set to a filter. Okay. So we have switched to a completely different design now with how we handle space capsules. So hopefully things work a little bit better. I don't remember if we got every planet. I think we did. So I would like to get this planet set up, but I think it timed out. It might be out of cliff explosives, actually. That might be why it's timed out. But we definitely need to set this up, because I think we're running out of resources here. Oh yeah, this planet is completely stalled. I think it's kickstarting. I think it's starting up again. But I'm not sure what the problem is. Oh, well that's an easy fix. They were never set up in the first place. We must have double copied something. Okay, but basically this planet wasn't running for a while, so we're starting to run low on iridium. I think we're also running low on beryllium. Now, I have been told that rockets are very cheap eventually, but they're not cheap right now. So I'm considering redoing our beryllium processing, because at the moment we're sending a lot of rockets. I don't know how many, but it is quite expensive. let's see. Let's look at an ingot. So this uses, actually, can I just get an estimate if I go here? No. Okay, so it uses 250 molten. Molten uses 50 liquid. This uses 100. What is that? Crushed, or is that plain? That might be plain. Hold on, I don't actually know what the beryllium icon looks like. But yeah, this is what we need to get done today. Okay, is this the right icon? Oh, sorry. It's just beryl, not beryllium. When does it become beryllium? After the first processing step, I guess? Okay, so that is just regular beryl. Okay, so this uses 100 to make 50. This uses 50 to make 250. So 100 becomes 1. So this has 2 stacks for 100. This has 1/20th of a stack. So this is... Wait, is that 4? I'm sorry, is that 40 times more dense? So we are launching 40 times the rockets. That seems a bit unreasonable to me. I think processing it remotely was not a good idea. Because 40, that's so many rockets. Can we afford that many? Because what's the other alternative? The other alternative is, let's see, if we look at this, what kind of inputs do we need? We would need to be importing water. Actually, no, water can be mined directly here. Sand is completely recovered, it looks like. Actually, sand is a surplus product, right? Yeah, okay, so it does use a little bit of sand for processing, I think. But it does produce a surplus. So we won't necessarily need to import sand. Actually, yeah, we won't need to import sand. We can have like a backup in case things run low. But we definitely don't need to import sand. We do need to import sulfur. So let's see. Water mined locally, sulfur imported. Is there anything else in the step that I'm missing? Pyroflux. Okay. Oh, that's what the sand is for. So this one does not produce Pyroflux locally. So that does change it a little bit. How do I make Pyroflux? Actually, wait, with Pyroflux, we might not have surplus sand. I'm not entirely sure. I wanna say this produces more sand than it consumes. But it would be nice to import sand as a backup, because I feel like it could soft lock, but maybe it's fine. Actually, how would I figure that out? Because I remember backing up sand before. But we are also importing stone, so I think that complicates things. But yeah, so we would need to import sulfur, we would need to import pyroflux. However, we will lose out on productivity. So this gives me a, let's see, where's the number? 30% boost. This gives me a 18% boost. This gives me an 18% boost. This gives me an 18. So what is that? 1.18 to the power of 3 times 1.3? Okay, so we would decrease the rockets by 40, but we'd lose on productivity bonus, so it's actually more like a 1 to 20 ratio. But that is with tier 2 productivity. So if we keep getting these higher, I think eventually they balance out. So maybe I don't need to worry about it, because it does get progressively cheaper as time goes on. Because like if we can get this to productivity boost of like 4 times, that's a 1 to 10 ratio. And then rockets also getting cheaper makes it even cheaper. So yeah, let's just assume we're fine, because we do also have a high rocket recovery rate. I think the main issue is that I didn't have a good balance because I couldn't get capsules separately, so it couldn't actually run. I think that's really our only problem with the design. It seems to be running way better now. Also, I didn't realize we were standing on this planet. Okay, so water ice, let's see, this doesn't go anywhere. Why don't we use this? I mean, it's basically free, right? I guess it's not in Roboport Rain. Actually, no, it is. Yeah, let's just set up this water ice. And then I guess I can add a splitter. It's not going to be used for a while, but I'm assuming we can afford that. Yeah, that seems fine. Beryllium is good. Beryl is good. I think we need to eventually set up another water ice. Oh, never mind. This has 7 million. We're good for a very long time. Okay, so yeah, I think this planet's okay. What did we need to do next? I wanted to go back to Novice. I don't know if I actually need to go to Novice, though. So I think let's just chill in Novice orbit for a bit. Also, I'm assuming Hold on, wait. Can I leave? What happens if I leave while it's flying? Oh, cool. I thought it was just gonna leave me. Hello, Dice. Welcome, welcome. Okay. So, if I look at my tasks, we need to improve steel. It needs coal. Now, we technically did this. However, I'm pretty sure we are still low on steel. It's just for a different reason. So, we have a couple options here. One of them is speed modules, which is slightly expensive. Because let's see, this is 40th, so that is 80. And then, where else are we producing molten iron? Actually don't know where we're getting molten iron for this. Oh, it is this one. Okay. We could also improve the productivity modules, but it looks like our best option is speed modules right now, which we could technically afford. You know what? I'm going to go with that one for now. That is a good start. And then these are probably going to back up soon, so let's see. Actually, this one is backed up, so we do technically have some spare iron. Not a ton, but maybe enough. And then let's see, we got that firing, so that's good. But basically the goal of today is to try to get coal and oil, because they're not doing too hot right now. Let's see, where's our oil setup? Destination full. Okay, so this is going good. Yeah, okay, we have plenty of oil. Which means we can improve a lot of stuff that we're low on, like rocket fuel. Rocket fuel is really bad, I'm pretty sure. Let's see, this is missing light oil. So we can't afford to crack light oil, which makes me think we don't actually have spare rocket fuel. This is cracking heavy oil. What's the shortage here? I mean, we are producing a ton of rocket fuel right now. So I think that's the main concern. How do I balance this? I'm sorry, I'm realizing we're getting to the point where we're not using as much petroleum as I think I would like. Although this is still making pure petroleum, so we're probably just short on... Actually, yeah, I think we're just short on assembling machines. So I don't know why that one couldn't help it. This one must not be connected. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it looks like we're just short on refineries. Which is a pretty easy fix, right? Let's see, we can do an upgrade to speed 3s. We could also get rid of the efficiency modules, but that seems like a bad idea. Actually, never mind, we're good on power. We have nuclear power. I keep forgetting that nuclear is actually kind of cracked. Okay, so that should give me a decent bonus. We can also, assuming we're not having pressure issues, which I don't think we are. This pipe seems pretty full, so I imagine we can extend this a little bit. Now we have a couple options. We can we can rotate it around, or we can try to build another one next to it. I think I want to rotate it and build something here. That seems a lot nicer to me. And then we can just we can keep that. I guess I didn't have to delete any of the stuff that I just deleted. Okay, so now all we need is the oil input, and then everything should be good. Well, the oil inputs and all the... and then all of the outputs. So, okay, so maybe I should not have said we only needed one thing. Okay, I'm pretty sure this one that I'm connecting right now is the light oil, or whatever it's called. Not even close, actually. Crude. No, also not right. What is this called? I cannot think of words. Petroleum gas. Petroleum gas, that's what it is. Okay. So that's connected. We need a gap here, so that way we can connect heavy oil. That is a space pipe. We have run into this issue before. That will taunt us until the end of time if we don't fix it. Heavy oil, perfect. And then light oil. Now, I don't know if this completely fixes the problem, because I'm not sure how our petroleum balance is, but it might be okay. I think what we can do, because what we used to do with petroleum is turn it into solid fuel up here, or processing fuel, whatever this is called. Which is, I'm realizing now, not set up properly. But I don't know why. These are not supposed to be active. Oh, they just haven't emptied yet? Do they have a second source? Oh my gosh, they do. That is not what is supposed to happen. How can I pass this through here easily? I think the answer is we don't, right? Yeah, that's the answer. We don't pass it through easily. We pass it through how we normally do. Now we can copy this. That was... What? How did that happen? That is bizarre. Okay, so now we stop the belt so that way these only run. Because we've just been wasting coal. That's part of the reason we are having coal issues. Apparently we were still burning coal in about half of our refineries, which is not good considering how low we were. And then, because I think we should be getting enough mostly from the infinite coal sources, which is why it was problematic that we were turning it into fuel instead of using solid fuel. I think initially it was intentionally designed that way because we actually had excess coal and it prevented everything from running, but that isn't a concern anymore, so it actually ended up becoming slightly bad. Okay, how's our steel looking? It's pretty low. I think we're finally at a point where we need a new steel lane. Wait. Oh my god, I only upgraded half of the steel lane. Oh, this is so much more expensive to upgrade than I thought it was. Okay. I mean, I guess I can still do that. It is now 80 more modules, or no, 160 more modules more expensive, and only increases it by... Actually, the improvement is pretty significant. Actually, wait, what am I comparing it to? No, I should be comparing the middle. Okay, never mind. The improvement is pretty negligible. This is very expensive for a 10% increase in steel. Yeah, we're making a new steel lane. I did not know it got that bad. Okay, so we have to remember how we make steel. So this is definitely not the right ratio. Actually, should we do math or should we just wing it? I'd say we just wing it, right? That's usually what we do, and it generally works out okay. Because I think this design, but copied down to be really long, is pretty solid. Especially since we might be able to add... I was going to say we can add gaps to add beacons for this, but I don't think that's going to happen. What if I do processing on both sides? That could work. Yeah, we could probably... Let's see, if we place this... What if we place it horizontal? I mean, our base is already a mess, right? Might as well get completely off any form of pattern that we had. Let's see, we might actually, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Okay, this design's pretty good. Pretty good for beacons, too. We can fit 5, we can fit another 5. Okay, so now we have spacing we can use. This gets all of them, I think. I'm pretty sure it doesn't have any overlap. Okay, that's a good start. And then substations as well, we should be able to fit in here, although they might be a little bit too short. Yeah, they are a little bit too short. Unless we do something like this. Actually, no, never mind. It's not, this isn't a problem. Because this will be powering these things, the industrial furnaces. Is this setup decent for industrial furnaces? I think it's okay. I don't think it's amazing, but I haven't really had any problems with it so far. Now, these are outputs, right? Yeah, those are outputs. Okay. So we just need to figure out how to get iron here, and then we're good. And then I might delete one of these and add fuel down. Actually, no. I was going to say add fuel or add the molten iron down the middle, but I don't think that actually simplifies anything at all. I think it just makes it more expensive for no reason. Okay, so these do not actually power correctly, but if I flip them, I think it's good. So if this goes on the bottom, this goes up here, then I think we can power the top. Yeah, and then we can fit a couple beacons here, but honestly, I'm not too worried about beaconing the top. We have more than enough production. I wish I could keep this on a good pattern. Oh wait, that works, right? Yeah. Okay, everything here should be powered now. We just need a connection on the edge to connect it to the main base. And now we just need coal. So coal is this input and then this one. Actually, let's just split it ahead. Let's just split it ahead of time. I don't want to have to worry about a loop. It saves one splitter. That's the only benefit of doing a loop, which is not not much of a benefit at all. Okay, and then this is the stuff that needs iron, and it needs the red, the good old red stuff, which I think we can just make a gap here and take it from the side, and I'm pretty sure we'll be okay. Yeah, yeah, we're totally fine here. We can go up and around, and I think everything is okay. We're not researching anything. Ooh, that's good. Hello, Nekogui. Welcome, welcome. Okay. We were working towards. I wanted to get the ultra combinated, the ultra combined science, but it turns out that's not actually a thing. Well, that's not really what it's called, but there's one significant data research which I was really looking forward to getting until I realized it was like a tier 2 or tier 3 research for some bizarre reason, despite using tier 1 modules. So, or tier 1 science stuff. So yeah, I don't know. We can't research that. There's might be other things we can get instead, like mining productivity. We're probably not that close to getting. Let's see. We can check biological science. We have produced 500, so we are not close. Let's go towards rocket reusability, because this one is, at the end of the day, this one's really good. ES is truly a hard one. Is that what they call the last significant data? Can you make a zoom out map overview? What do you mean by that? Like just showing my base? Like, are you just asking for a base tour or something? Because I can give a brief base tour. Okay, I don't actually know how many of these I need, so I'm just gonna do this. We're probably not. Actually, we might. Let's see. Did we end up getting a rate calculator? What? Oh, they don't have the modules yet. Okay, that makes more sense. And then this one should not be tier 3 if we're copying it this many times. Tier 2, tier 2, tier 2, tier 2. I'm pretty sure we're out of tier 3 modules. Just to, yeah. So this is our novice is we've committed for all the novice to like a bit of making it completely spaghetti, which I mean is admittedly how I build themes regardless, but we are not making we are firmly making zero effort to not make it spaghetti. Like we're using trains and they're the most spaghetti trains ever. It's really fun. Wouldn't necessarily recommend it, but it is fun. But we have converted a lot of our lines in Novice over to the better smelting. It's technically slower, but we weren't really having throughput issues, so we opted to just go for the cheaper recipe. These ones still need to be converted, but actually I might do that today. I just want to kind of clean up Novice today a bit. Obviously we could just make a new base, but it's kind of fun just messing around with what we already have. I don't think we can go that much farther out. We can go a little bit. We have our meteor defenses, which I don't know if we have enough. We were kind of pushing it last time when we used all 12 at once. I think we added 4 more, which is still a little bit low. We do our beryllium processing down here, which does use 20 times the rockets, but we use half the beryllium, so I'm not actually sure if that's better or worse. It's hard to say. I think over time it becomes better, but at the moment it's kind of rough. We were lacking a little bit on rocket parts, and they're mostly limited by steel right now. So that's what we're trying to fix at the moment by doubling our steel production. We were short on coal for a long time, surprisingly, which was causing steel to back up. Yeah, it's very spaghetti base. And then space is no different. I don't know why I've committed so hard to that, because like I think we could reasonably just make a bus or a train really, really easily at this point. But I'm loving the spaghetti, even though legitimately takes like twice as long to build anything. It's worth it. It's a good time. I mean, we at least have the tier 1 of every science, and we have tier 2 of energy science. It definitely looks organic. It takes a long time to figure out where things are broken, though, if things back up, which is the main thing. We spend like 90% of our time troubleshooting like a simple mistake, like connecting the wrong belt. Still fun, though. Still worth it. Don't know if I'd recommend it, but but it's fun. See, these are going all right. Okay. Okay, it looks like coal is fixed. We're not using nearly as much as we were. Basically, the issue we had with coal, I was actually turning into processed fuel because I had the pryos the wrong way. Did not realize that. So we were literally just burning coal from another planet for no reason because we have nuclear power. Like, it is literally... It was giving us 0 energy, but it was burning like half of my coal. So that was a fun time. Let's see, these don't have beacons in them. I really want to get this production speed. I guess I can use it from this, right? So 4 of them, 2 of them use 6. So I can do up to 9 in a row, right? No, sorry, 8-ish. A little under 8 should be fine. So we can do... This is 7, so we can do up to here. Okay, now once these get the speed modules, this should use exactly 1 blue belt. You're currently trying IR3 plus Rampant plus all biter types, and you can say 80% of your time is trying to defend the base. Yeah, I could see that, especially with overhaul mods. The start is so slow. You takes a long time to reach a point where you have good defenses. I have an idea. I don't know if it's a good one, but I do have an idea. We could split off here. It does get rid of the balancer, though. What if I take from here? Okay, yeah, we're gonna make some spaghetti mess. I think that's what we need to do. Well, that's what we're gonna do. Don't think we need to do that, but it fixes our problem. I think we also just need to make a second. I think we're at the point where we need a second iron unloading station, which was bound to happen at some point. That smart belt kind of was not on my side. It's not always on my side, which that makes sense. I insult it a lot. There's no spaghetti mess. I don't know. I think it's all a mess. But it's not a bad mess. That's the important thing. It's beautiful in its own way. But I can definitely acknowledge that it is a it is a pigsty of a base, and I love it. Okay, that can go there. We could save a few. That's the wrong connection. No wonder why I felt so low. Okay, so that is 1 of the blue belts we need. And then we should be able to get another row of iron. Then after this, I think we're actually out of iron until we get more. Because this will probably consume all of it. Now this is making the assumption that I'm consuming this much steel, which I'm probably not. So it will probably balance out and it won't be a problem later. Let's see. Ooh, I totally see a line we can go through. You would never make it. Yeah. That's why people are here. They're here to see what kind of mess we make. It's you just never know what we'll get into with this. Which is why I can't bring myself to change this planet, because I know that's why, legitimately, why some people are here. Okay, I think this can go above. That doesn't quite reach, but I have a plan. Perfect. Don't know what this belt was. I think this is the iron one that I need to connect, right? Perfect. Okay. We can make this a little cleaner. I know it doesn't mean much at this point, but I do try when I can. I actually don't like that going there. I might switch which belt is which. Like that looks nice. That looks a lot nicer. Also, can we skip? Ooh, we can totally skip this. Actually, yeah. Might as well save those resources. That one is legitimately free. Okay. So hopefully the iron gets connected. We might have throughput problems. Not entirely sure. I don't think we are actually producing enough iron to support all of this, but we're definitely going to try. I haven't checked on our iron production in a while, which is why I'm unsure, because we probably only have like 1 or 2 million total. But that should be everything I need, right? Oh, we haven't connected the coal belt yet. Okay, coal shouldn't be a problem. Actually, wait, that's why I wanted to check on this. How do I calculate this? Okay, well, if all of this only uses 15, we probably have spare coal on the belt. There's no math involved there, but like I know I said I would calculate it, but that seems like a fair assumption to make. And then I don't know, let's delete these two. It's not like I need to save the belt, but if I remove it, it gives me future spaghetti options later, which is very, very important. You have to keep your spaghetti open. And now we can just cut straight through, and I think we'll be good. Right? Yeah, this goes down here. And then as soon as we delete this, it should stop sideloading, and we're good. Okay, so that gives us steel. And now, right, we need to get that to our main base. Yeah, this I guess is the problem, isn't it? Steel is starting to back up though, which is weird. I think it's just an uneven load on steel. So what we really need is to send some steel to supplement here. Actually, maybe we can find a later spot that's easier to sideload onto. Like, most of our steel gets consumed at the rocket production, right? So if we can sideload here, then we're off to a much better start. Now, it's not as flexible this way. It's definitely not as flexible this way, but this is where our main bottlenecks are. So this is the one I'm concerned with. I would also like to get rid of this and make it a little bit faster. We also need some plastic. Actually, wait, what's the ratio here? 10, 10, 5, 10. Oh, copper is sideloaded at 2 points. I was wondering how it was staying so saturated. So we actually need to saturate. We need to sideload glass and plastic if we want to expand this. We'll probably have to do LDS in a different spot. Okay, so for now, I think I'm content sideloading steel here. Actually, there's copper too, right? So I could theoretically sideload it earlier, which might be a little bit easier to work with space-wise. So we move this down. We move this down. Do I have the alt LDS? I don't think so. I didn't realize there was one. Yeah, I do not. I will look into that. I'm assuming it has something I'm not producing in high throughput, but we can definitely start considering the high tier recipes now, I think. Okay, can this make it? No, it can't. So we move the power pole, we go under. And that should connect. Okay, we're pretty close. We've definitely got this. Okay. And then LDS needs to be on the right side, so I think we're good. Or sorry, steel needs to be on the right side. And now if we use a stack inserter, we should have more than enough production. Okay. Connection. I'm fairly sure it's on the right side. I should probably double check. Yeah, that seems okay. It does load. This side load's a little bit later than I would like, so I'm actually going to do a second side load. Because sometimes, like right now, it's backed up. Like, by the time we finally got this connected, it is backed up, but that means this can be a problem pretty soon. I really hope the alternate recipe uses steel. Because if it doesn't, then I feel like a lot of this was all for nothing. Especially if it's not useful right now. But at least steel's never useless. So at the very least, it will have a purpose at some point. I'm surprised that worked. I'm very surprised that worked. I feel like that shouldn't have. You don't think it does? Yeah, that tracks. Yeah, it makes sense because it's probably used as like a high tier resource, like a high tier metal, which would make sense that it would replace the metal in LDS. But that's fine. And then we'll have a splitter. We shouldn't have any problem with ingots throughput. However, I want to make this go the other way because I don't actually know if this needs to be expanded. So we can just connect it down there, add a splitter, and I think we can cut straight through because this isn't really used for anything. And I doubt we have to expand core mining in a while. Okay. Technically, steel has been improved. I think we are very short on speed modules for me to actually say that, but... Actually, what is the issue? Oh, these aren't connected to each other. Ah. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, that should... well, maybe not fix it, but eventually make it better. That's the best I can hope for at this point. Okay, coronal mass injection. We should still be good. I'm pretty sure they're on the secondary network. Although we did break the secondary network at some point, so I'm actually going to check to make sure we still have it. Because if we don't, it's not the end of the world. We just have to shut off our base. It looks good. Yeah, this can produce 2.7. It's only using 10 megawatts, so we're good for the defenses. Okay, so we have improved steel. Excellent. I still would like to get coal, so I'm actually going to make that a new goal. Acquire coal. Because right now we are shipping all of our coal from another planet, which is fine. That's not necessarily bad because we don't use a ton, so it's not like it's not a large percentage of our rockets. However, we have coal on this planet, and it's actually kind of available now, so I should probably start using it. I just don't know why our base isn't expanding anymore. That's the thing that I'm curious about. I mean, I know this is a very large Roboport network, which is not ideal, but it just stopped. Or maybe it's just going really slow. It could just be going really, really slow. Oh, hold on. I'm not unmuted. Hello. Just had to check the door real quick. But yeah, we definitely have giant gaps. I should be able to see the flying robots, right? Oh, that's why. Okay. Are we out of Roboports? Is that the issue? Because I don't see any robots being dispatched this way, so they're not, like, stuck over the water. Are we out of robots? No, that wouldn't make sense. No, we have so many available. Okay, what is the issue? Like, this is a whole different issue, but I don't know what it is. Roboport production is up here. I think we should have plenty. Yeah, also we shouldn't have it limited because we just did an expansion that required like 500 Roboports, so it turns out having them limited to 200 was not enough. Not even close to enough. I might actually end up replacing this with a double passive provider chest. For future Roboport endeavors. Whenever we make another massive expansion. But yes, this is not building. There's not like a limit, right? Is it connected and like, is it broken at the halfway point? I mean, we do have like these weird gaps. It could be that bots are getting stuck somewhere. Actually, maybe. Oh wait, okay, I know what it is. I'm expecting like a swarm of bots, but there's not going to be a swarm of bots. There's going to be like 5 bots that are dispatched. F5 show bot. I think we are showing bots. That's a vanilla thing. But the issue is that I was looking for like I was looking for a swarm of bots like with most expansions, but we're at the point of the expansion where it's going to dispatch like 5 bots really far away. So they're not going to be swarmed together, which is definitely going to make it harder to understand the issue. We also have some weird gaps right here, which I don't know how these happened. But we somehow need to fix all of them if we want our base to work. Yeah, they're just going on an adventure. I should just let them do their own thing. I don't want to interrupt their vibes. That's bad that's rude of me. Yeah, why aren't these placing? That's the thing that's confusing me. A while ago we kind of stopped placing roboports and I'm not sure why. Or placing rails. Like there's a lot of gaps. I don't think bots are eating them. It's like I wasn't holding down shift, but if I wasn't holding down shift, none of this could have placed. I'm definitely missing something. Oh, this is rotated the wrong way. That's fine. I think it's mostly symmetrical. Not completely. Yeah, like there's definitely gaps here. Oh, this one's fine. And then I guess we can just get the circles. Yeah, I kind of wish we had some form of city block, at least for placing rails. I think I might make this into a grid. At the very least, I can make my rails far away from my base a little bit connected, because we're not converting our whole base to be this, but we can do a little bit. I wonder if it's like an interaction with the mods that we have, because we do have a mod that lets us place on water, but it's a little bit janky. So I'm wondering if that causes these issues with the rail placements. Because it could be that the water placement like times out faster or something. I don't know. Looks like the ghost timed out. I thought the timing was on a time. I thought the timing out was on a timer. Or do you mean like they try to place it 300 times before it breaks? Because I just thought it was only on like a 5-day timer. But if there's another mechanic behind it as well, I could see that being an issue. Because yeah, that was my first guess. I just couldn't make much sense of it. We're missing roboports here. There we go. Actually, what is this? We completely missed this entire section of our base. Let's get that care. I just realized my blueprint is called absolutely awful. I'm glad I've acknowledged it. Like I'm not pretending that this is a good way to set up the blueprints. Oh yeah, I forgot. We also got onto a different grid at some point. Yeah, you know what? You know what? Absolutely awful is accurate. We're just gonna keep placing these, and we'll come back to it. The thing is, we're not really low on these resources. This is just kind of for the future. So I just kind of figured if I placed a ton of roboports, it would eventually work out. It just has not worked out that way. But after this, expansion should be a little bit easier, and we don't have to worry about it as much. Yeah, let's check on steel. I want to see if it's actually working. That's not steel. Okay, this is steel. Okay, yeah, we definitely didn't need this many. Oh, but we're still missing modules. So this is actually producing like 6 times slower than it should be. Seems like they're waking up. It helps that I just dispatched so many more actions. So maybe they just had placed everything except for like a couple Roboport connections. I think I just had too much of like a linear build at that point. That would be my guess. Don't know how true it is, but it felt like there's too much of a line and not like a spread out area for bots to go to. Okay, I don't know what this is. Oh, this is the core mining. Yeah, this is going to be missing modules for a while. I don't think... I don't think these modules are that useful. I want to recover them. But there's more important steel that can be produced. Okay, let's look at this low density structure recipe. Because I can't imagine we're far from it. Astro 2. It uses arrow... Oh, it does use steel. Okay, so it doesn't use copper directly. It uses arrow frame. It's going pretty good together. Our base is a mess, and it's really hard to fix problems. But aside from that, it's going great. Okay, it uses aeroframe, plastic, glass, and steel. That is a very small amount of steel, though. That is like a tenth of the steel. Unless aeroframe is expensive. Yeah, it makes ×2, and it uses 2 steel. So that's like 1/5 of the steel cost, 1/5 of the plastic, and 1/5 of the glass at the cost of using beryllium and cryonite. That's all? That's really cheap, right? I mean, I guess beryllium isn't particularly cheap. But reducing the glass, plastic, and steel by that much is pretty nice. And it's dense. Although we would just make another layer, I think. Okay, how much beryllium do we have? Maybe we're not hurting for beryllium. We probably are, but what if we're not? Oh, wait, beryllium's also used for cargo rocket sections. I think we just need to expand our beryllium production. It looks like we haven't fully recovered from the steel issue, so there's something else going on here, right? No? Can these be fixed with... These might be able to be fixed with beacons. Yeah, we can... There's not much space here to add a beacon. We can add beacons on the left, but that's going to use up a lot of extra beacons. Is there really not space? Because there's only 2 tile gaps here. I mean, I guess I can beacon the solar panels. Yeah, I might as well. So with a beacon, we can do 4 at a time. That would go here. We're going to move the power up and up. And then we'll put a beacon, which we don't really have one we can copy, do we? Yeah, actually, a beacon here should be like 4 times the production. As long as we have the belt throughput. Don't know why I can't place that. There we go. Okay, and then I guess we can just delete this and copy and paste it, because it's not actually... I mean, it's not a good design, but it's not a bad design. Let's see. This isn't working, though. I think I copied. Oh, I see the issue. Copied the wrong pattern. There we go, because this is 4, and then there's 4 down here. So I copied at the 3, not at the 4. And then I guess the one on the bottom can just stay uncovered. That's fine. Okay, power... Ooh, this is not working. Don't know how we got offset here, but we did. See, this has all of the inserters, though, so we should be able to figure it out. I can't visualize things. So whenever things are like half deconstructed, I just visually cannot see where things go. It makes copying messy buildings very, very tricky. Okay, and then this one will be a lot easier to place. There we go, and I know there is technically a cheaper recipe for these. Not these, for these, but I don't think we're there yet. I think the cost of heat shielding is not that expensive right now compared to the cost of, I think it's iridium. We don't really have a ton of iridium to just go with a cheap recipe yet. We need to start making more stuff on other planets, actually. Okay, well this should fix itself. It's going to take a while, but it should fix itself. I'm assuming we have enough of everything, because if we don't, this doesn't actually solve any problem. Maybe stack inserters solve the problem? Don't know what benefits from a stack inserter. But I feel like we're backed up on most resources, so I think our main issue right now is the final product, not the stuff leading up to them. And we can also, there's a lot of speed modules we can upgrade as well. And since these are only speed 1s, that's a significant increase. Definitely better than before when we went from speed 2s to speed 3s and there were only 2 of them. That should be drastic. Okay, we're starting to get enough speed 3s. We're starting to get enough beacons here. I think everything's okay. Oh yeah, yeah. This almost doubles it. More than doubles it. Okay, almost triples it actually. And then we're just gonna hope that we have other things that cause don't have other things that cause problems. Now I think we have a weird prio here, but I think we also need a buffer chest because I don't think we're buffering enough rocket parts. So we're gonna do this, and then this needs to be connected to logic using a wire. Actually, technically it doesn't. Because I think we have enough spare resources right now that I can just afford to make the full one. So I'm not going to connect the logic right now. Let's anchor to novice orbit. Let's look into getting more. Ooh, forgot about this. A parking spot for a rocket. We don't actually have a way to refuel it up here, but we do have a parking spot for it, which is nice. Okay, I want to do astroscience too, which we have researched. That is, I think either that is our goal or trying to fix, let's see, this planet. Oh wait, this planet's not fully set up. This is the first goal. That's a very important goal. We need to automate this planet completely. And then we can worry about getting more production. So we don't have, okay, so this is before we started using a combinator. None of these have anything in them, right? Okay, so this hasn't been used at all. That's good, because it needs to be completely destroyed. There's nothing usable here, I don't think. Yeah, nothing here matters. What we want instead is to redesign our rocket supply. Which I don't know if you saw it pre-beta Linen, but we decided to give in and do a capsule rocket because our ratios were just so slightly different for every planet that it caused a lot of planets to back up. So now we just have a supplemental capsule rocket if we need it. It sends 50 capsules at a time, so it does not utilize a lot of the rocket, but it's either that or stalling all my production. So it's definitely worth it, but it could be better. But that's what we worked on last time. Should I build this in editor mode? I've never done that before, but I feel like that's a good idea. Actually, yeah, let's build something in editor mode. That's true. They are pretty cheap. Or they're getting cheaper. I have no idea what happened there. That was weird. Oh, you can't place them. Oh, I see what's happening. It's trying to drop them all on the ground. Okay, that makes sense. Let's not place it on that then. I didn't even know that's what happened with it. We're not making something. I just realized we're not making a space rocket. Also, remind me, I do not save this. I cannot click save. Putting scaffold on asteroid lads the game real bad. Okay. Does it do that in non-editor mode too? What is it? Oh, I don't have the filters. Wait, how do I do this? I mean, I guess this works. Yes, but not as bad. Yeah, I guess because you're not like insta placing a billion things. You're only gonna be as limited as fast as the bots can place it. Does it void the entity, the item drops, or does it like glitch the game into try to stacking them? Because now I'm curious. Because, like, normally you can't stack dropped items. But I've never really tried what happens in the game if you run out of space to place dropped items. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Okay, so we can move this closer. I want to swap these two. We're actually going to make a duplicate of this. That way we can copy logic later. Now, it is like an edge case. It is an edge case that we would ever need. Like, this rocket right here. This is sending spare rocket parts if we get them. We have not had that happen before. At least, not for things that get enough rockets for it to matter. Technically, it can happen in our meteor defense installations, but those get one rocket every, like, 100 hours. It's not going to happen before we stop playing this. But technically, it could be used if I have a planet importing like 10 things and exporting one. So we have it just in case, because it's not that expensive to include with all of them. It just makes the blueprint easier. Let's see, if there's no space, they will stack or stack under the machines. Okay, yeah, I could see how that might cause some lag then. Okay, space capsules, rocket fuel, combined rocket parts, okay. It's still technically combined rocket parts because I put a couple capsules on them. It doesn't really matter, but it decreases how many dedicated capsule rockets we send. But I think at the end of the day, it doesn't make a difference. Okay, so that goes that way. This one sends this here. I think we can move this down, make it more compact. This is... Okay, so this is a design that's using extra stuff from earlier, which is why it looks a little bit messy. Okay, so this sends the spare capsules to the left. Good. We can save some undergrounds. We can also save red belt, but I don't think either of that matters. This will compress what's on the inside. Okay, I think that works out. We don't send full rockets, so this works. Otherwise this setup wouldn't be that good. But that's kind of vanilla behavior when you have no space at all. Not sure how it works in SE with space. I imagine it would be the same since there was always something it could be placed on. There we go. This makes it a lot easier to build. I don't actually want that. I don't necessarily want this request. I think that was just me trying to clear the network. I mean, I might as well keep it. I don't think it has a downside. We can decrease it to a blue inserter, though. Okay, that one has... This one does not have the correct kind of cargo sections requested to it. That's not good. That means that's broken in all of them. Oh, that's probably why I have this request, because I realized that mistake. Okay, yeah, it's something we can fix, but that's bad. I hope that's copied everywhere. Actually, we'll need to go fix that. Yeah, if we don't fix that, that might cause rockets like back up somewhere. Yeah, editing in editor mode is great. Why haven't I known this before? I guess because every time I wanted to edit in editor mode, I've been on like the wrong layer and forgot I can just change them. Because you can't go to different planets in editor without like console commands. It breaks like the pin feature. I'm not entirely sure why, but it does cause some issues with that. Okay, so that's sending to the left. These are sending to the right. I guess that's fine. If I shift these over, I could probably remove some undergrounds, but honestly, this is so cheap compared to the rockets, it does not matter. Okay, that has one of each, which this isn't technically one full rocket, but I think it will move stuff faster than it will input than bots will bring into it, so it's probably okay. And worst case scenario, we have this as well with the requester chest. We're gonna make it 10 of everything. Actually, yeah, let's start doing a requester chest for all of them, and then this one has the rocket fuel. Rocket fuel, and then this one can have I forget what this one needs. This one needs the capsules, I think. Okay, that should be all right. Now this one no longer needs the capsules. Okay, so that filters. We don't need these belts. Basically what I'm trying to get rid of is a lot of the surplus belts. I do like this splitter setup that I have. Basically the idea behind the splitter setup is that it makes it a lot easier to add one at the end. Because before I had the splitter, I had to delete it every time I made a loop. But to add something to this loop, all I have to do is rotate the belt, which is way nicer, way more expandable. So the starting blueprint should look like that then. I don't think we need this in here. It doesn't really do anything. I think that was a connection for the future. Okay, so that is the calculator. Let's see, this only runs at less than 10. I'm so happy that we can finally get rid of a lot of the unnecessary things. Make this a little bit cleaner. Because for a while we were just kind of converting what we used to have in our design. So this would be... What is this called? Stacked? It's not called stacked. Cargo. I'm just going to look up cargo. Cargo section. Is it called cargo section stacked? Packed. Packed. Okay, I was wondering why packed didn't seem like completely wrong to me. Okay, and then this is for supplemental fuel. We can definitely make a cleaner line now for supplemental fuel. We can move it, I don't know, here. Because we don't have supplemental fuel in most bases, but it is good to have just in case, because it eliminates how many not eliminates, but it reduces how many rockets I need. Oh, that is so close to working. What is this belt? This belt is nothing. This belt is literally nothing. Right? Oh, okay. I see how it is. That's not a good design. We can get rid of it. It made sense initially. That has to do with the feedback rocket here, which, you know, we really don't need the feedback rocket, I don't think. We need honestly, we need a complete redesign for it. Yeah, let's not worry about this one. I think what I can do is I can pass stuff from here into this rocket. So what we could do is put capsules in here and then recycle any spare capsules to the left with like some kind of prio. And then this would only get new resources and we just pass them through it. No, I don't think it's going to be a problem. We don't need it in the blueprint. It's very easy to set up and we have not used it on any of our planets yet. It is completely useless to include in all of them. I like the idea of it, but it's just causing confusion and has no benefit. Okay. Rocket fuel seems good. It only feeds into 2 fuel refineries, which isn't that many, but we don't launch a ton of rockets. And then we have this pump for some reason. I still have not figured out what the pump is for. I thought it was a pressure thing. I think maybe at some point I was trying to empty a rocket. And then this doesn't matter how this connection looks. Okay, I think that's everything I need, right? Oh, and then rocket fuel gets... What is this for? Huh. I was clearly using rocket fuel for something else on a different planet. Like some kind of production. Which means we can make this a little condenser. There we go. I'm finally happy with this design, I think. There we go, we saved a tile. Was it a useful tile? No, but I'm happy I did it, because it had been bothering me for a while. Then we can even move this over. Okay, now the only thing that's missing is this. This connection is on the wrong side. So this is going to be on the far side. This one's on the left side. What I could do is combine them over in the middle. There we go. That totally works. Doesn't have any glaring issues, I don't think. Then power is on the top, although I don't really like how it looks. Can I replace it with a substation? Because if I could replace it with a substation, that would be great. I guess I can replace it with 2 substations. Oh wait, I can replace it with 1. I just have to move this over. Why did I have that so far over? Oh, because there used to be stuff here. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, these are all powered. This one is supplemental rocket fuel, so we do need to leave this. I don't really know how how do people mark what goes on belts? Like an actual, like, you know, people who make actual blueprints. How do you mark what goes where? Is there like a standard? Do people use combinators? And just like deconstruct them when they get there? Because I'm imagining there's some design. Constant combinator. Okay. That's the standard? So just something like this? And then when I build it, I just replace it? Okay. That's straightforward enough. I guess I was just always concerned with what if they place the combinator, but that's not an issue. That's literally not an issue at all. Okay, can I rotate this? Because I think the whole point of this was to be side-loaded. I don't think that matters. We can actually move this over 1 tile. Okay, that looks a little better. Can replace or place where it doesn't matter. Oh, that's true. I can also just place it next to it. That's still pretty obvious where it's supposed to be. Good catch. Okay, I think I'm happy with this. Let's see, this is combined rocket parts, this is rocket fuel, this is space capsules. I wonder if there's an order that's better. There is an order that's better, right? Okay, conceptually I like this, but rocket fuel should be on the left. So let's do a small redesign of it. So that one's rocket fuel, this one's not rocket fuel. Let's see, does this work? I think it does. Space capsules here, okay. So this takes out space capsules, because I think the idea here is much better, because that just positions things in more useful spots. Because now we can just sideload them here. Because we're never going to have less than 2 rockets. Yeah, that looks a lot nicer. Much less crossing, much less crossing of belts unnecessarily. Missing space under. Oh, I'm using the wrong belt again. Excellent. There we go. Okay, now we're gonna have to like redo a lot of the logic, but I guess that's not necessarily an issue. That's why we just kept this here instead of deleting it. I did not do it in optimal order. That part I can guarantee. Definitely did more clicking than I should have. Okay, that's connected. This is connected. So this keeps 2 on the belt. This keeps 4. They're set to pulse. Awesome. That should not be broken. That's good. That's good. That's good. If I move this over, if I move these all over 1 tile, I think we can fit everything within 1 substation too, which is, never mind. Yeah, we can fit everything within 1 substation. Does it matter which side we take from? Left. Okay, I think this does matter actually. This goes here, then it connects through. Okay. Did I copy this right? I think I did. I'm actually gonna... Well, we can delete this bottom stuff. We don't need that anymore. We're gonna make a 3rd copy. And we're gonna try pasting this here and see if it's still functional. And then we can also make it a little bit more compact too, fairly easily. Okay, we haven't actually fixed the outputs though. But that's is fairly straightforward. So this one takes the cargo sections, and this one takes the cargo sections as well. And then we have this cargo section assembler here. Input, input, this goes up. This goes up. If I move it over one tile, it can be within range too. Or if I move this one over one tile. I think I would much rather move the substation. I don't know why, it just looks nicer to me. Easier to mess up, harder to mess up. And it does use an extra inserter, but I think this looks a lot nicer, so I think it's worth it. Oh, now this can... Nope, that still uses that. Okay, rocket fuel, combined rocket parts. I am much, much happier with this design. It uses so many less undergrounds. Now we can just place this here. Okay. Now we can make it more compact too. Like I can kind of move these up. And then we can move this up, right? Yeah, that doesn't do anything anymore. So this just goes here. Now I can shift all of these up roughly 2 tiles. Not a ton, but not nothing. Definitely not nothing. But it's practically nothing. But hey, while we were in editor mode, I figured I might as well make things a little bit nicer than we normally make them. Free is free after all. Okay. I am way happier with this design. Okay, compared to the original one, this is like 20% less, 20% smaller in terms of height. And, you know, way easier to follow what's happening because we don't have so many crossing belts. So I'm actually pretty happy with that. Now we do need to make sure we save it to the shared blueprint library. This can be called Planet Parts. I think that's a pretty straightforward name. Now we're just going to save this as some random number that will probably cause me confusion later. We don't want to override our old save because we have gone into editor mode and a lot of stuff has been wasted. So let's hope we actually made a backup save. If not, I don't know. It's not the end of the world, but I'm pretty sure we saved it. It's not like we've done a ton today. It's mostly just been redesigning steel, which was just trying to figure out how we needed to redesign steel. Okay, so now we can go to Planet Parts. And this could definitely be more condensed. Like, I could definitely shift up rocket fuel. Actually, why don't I shift up rocket fuel? Because I definitely see a world where we can shift all of this up, right? Like, we can move this. Make this super compact. That one I don't think is necessarily worth it. Actually, no, that's probably worth it. We'll paste this on the other planet and then we'll re-blueprint. I think that's the strat. So this is the planet we need it on, right? Hera? Yeah, that's what it was all about. Okay, so this will finally get rocket parts, so we'll be able to ship stuff off of this planet for once. Consistently, because I don't think... Actually, that might not be the limiting factor here, but it will be soon if I want to expand it. Yeah, we can definitely shift this up. At least this many tiles. We cannot mess with the top half anymore, though. I'm realizing. But that's okay. That's not a big deal. Can I move this up? Oh yeah, that works perfect. Oh, this fits perfectly. It's totally... This is totally intended then. Otherwise, it wouldn't fit so perfect. And then we should probably include a roboport somewhere. Maybe here? Okay. Now, we don't really have a blueprint for the expansion, but that's okay. So this has gone fuel, so we can't move this top part. That's fine. It hasn't received these two yet, so that's concerning. And then power is not connected. Can I move this? Have I decided what this does yet? There we go. That's a better solution, because I'm pretty sure that does nothing. Okay. Then we definitely broke the logic here. Wait, we broke the logic and I don't remember how it looks. That's not good. Let's rotate those because those are the only things that will break. Wait, this doesn't go anywhere. We completely broke the logic. Hold on. Where's that red one supposed to go? Okay, red is... We're missing the input. That makes sense. That sounds like something I would break. It goes here. There we go. Now, planet parts. New contents. Change that. There we go. I think this is working. That's not right. That's supposed to have a different output. Actually, wait, why don't I have a filter on the right? There we go. Let's make it a fish, though. Fish are cool. Fish are very obviously supposed to be filters. Yep, that works. Honestly, we don't actually have to care about how things are sideloaded now that things are limited on the belt. This is set to be limited to 5. I don't understand how this got anything, actually. Oh. Oh, it just got the recycled from this. Okay. The medium power pole does nothing? Yes, you are correct. Thank you. I deleted the pump to get rid of it, but didn't actually get rid of the power pole. Good catch. This is a blueprint I'm fairly happy with. There's obviously things that can be done to make it better, but it's good enough. The main thing is I wanted it to be less confusing than it was before. I think I chose a terrible spot for this, but that's okay. Okay, so we can shift this over here then. Iridium ingots. We want to reroute all of these. Up here. There we go. And then change this to iridium, which I never know what it looks like. Okay, perfect. Is there a way to empty this? I think there is. I know you can empty rockets. I don't really know how. I don't know if there's like an easy way to do it. I'm not sure if you can empty cargo sections though. That was something we were wondering the other day, and we didn't really figure it out. Like, I know you can delete it, but I don't know if there's any way to empty cargo sections just naturally with like inserters. I guess we can see what happens if I do this. Maybe we'll figure something out. Okay, and then this one we can loop around into the main cargo rocket. Which we do have space for that. Perfect. Glad we did this after the blueprint, otherwise I'd be very confused. Okay, so this planet does get its own rocket fuel. Oh, it gets plenty of liquid rocket fuel. However, it should just take from this instead. I think that's easier to set up in our logic. Yeah, it's much easier for me to route a belt right now than it is to try to add rocket fuel logic to this. Let's do an underground here. Oh, bots move so fast. I'm so used to Meme Run Monday, where everything is very, very slow. So, like, we haven't researched any bot speed upgrades, and then I go to this where I have like 7 of them. It's very, it's very different. Always surprised that bots are actually useful. If I deconstruct it, they drop on the ground. Thank you. I guess that makes sense. If we mine it, it would go on the ground. I don't know why I was thinking if I mined it, they would just get voided. Not sure why that would be different. Okay, so this one is now useless. Useless. We're going to keep it here as a placeholder because it might be good. It serves a good purpose as a filter. So we're keeping it. But that's about it. That should work, yeah. Oh, that's a space belt. Okay, that's good. This is the main one, so this is the building one, so this one doesn't need to be messed with. Yeah, these get... Oh, wait, we don't have a coal rocket. We need a coal rocket if we want this to work. How is this planet still holding on? That's the real question. I feel like it shouldn't have been. So this is coal. This is importing vulcanite. I can't wait until we have the parameters, but that's a long ways away. Oh wait, this one's vulcanite blocks. This one's... Oh, these were not set up. If we had missed a rocket, this planet would be doomed. This one's enriched vulcanite. Close enough. Now, if we don't change these, this is fine. The only reason I have these, they serve as a very obvious indicator that, hey, I haven't set the filter for the chest yet. I might start putting... I could put like a random filter in it. I guess I don't really need to worry about it. Yeah, that's actually okay. And then this is coal, which we should have rockets for. Hopefully. I'm actually very I'm so happy we ended up switching to dedicated rockets. I think coal is before we started putting symbols on them. Actually, no, it isn't. We're good. Yeah, the dedicated rockets have been fantastic. Very, very useful. Okay, I don't think we need iron. This just makes plastic. No wonder why the coal lasted so long. Okay, and then space capsule we can also put on this belt because it gets filtered through the main system. That should be fine because this won't really be getting rockets anymore. I'm just trying to clear it, and we're keeping it here just because it has useful resources. I feel like these aren't prioed over this one, but I guess that's fine. Actually, no, it's not. I want to prio it. We'll do this. There we go. That changes the prio around. And everything still ends up on the same side, so we're perfectly fine there. This is a weird design. I wish I made them linear, but I mean, not a big deal. Okay, I like this planet now. We have not gone to capsule delivery, but I'm pretty sure we're still producing capsules. Okay, now we just have to improve the production here. Which I'm not entirely sure what we're limited by on this planet. Fuel is a bit rough. Or power might be a bit rough if we want to do a ton of expansions. But it looks like we're actually limited by miners, of all things, which I did not expect. There is some iridium up there that we can pretty easily get, though. I really didn't realize I guess we just started using iridium when we got serious to, like, material science, so I guess it makes sense that it went under the radar for so long. Then there's also, we could start considering using prod mods in these things. That isn't unreasonably expensive. We haven't done it because we haven't really had a need for it, but they're pretty cheap. Like, prod 2s are at the point where they're pretty cheap that we can use them inside inside whatever these are. Mines? Yeah. Mines. Don't know why I could not think of that word. I don't know. I can't think of words very well today. I think maybe I'm a bit tired. I might have to wrap it up soon. Probably in like 15 minutes or so. Just because I am struggling to think of words. Okay, I guess these are basically like uranium, so we do need to connect them with pipes, which I guess is not that difficult. It's just something that I did not really account for. Pipe, 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 and this one can just be awkwardly connected manually because it's just on the end. Because otherwise this will be wasted. Okay, now if we finish the power connection, we should be good. So it's really just a matter of getting this down to the main connection, which is a lot farther than I thought it was. I wonder if there's other issues on this planet, because I feel like we shouldn't be this limited on ore. I wonder if this is the first time our... Honestly, it might just be the first time our base is actually running. Because it turns out half of it wasn't connected, which definitely goes a long way to make it not work as much as you want it to. Because it was basically, we had accidentally copied an underground in a couple spots that we were not supposed to have copied. And that just made it that none of the... or half of the chem plants weren't hooked up. Okay, I think this iron input isn't necessary, right? The iron input was because we didn't have the drill set up. This is just used for... Yeah, this is just for iron. I think we're okay. Or this is just used for sulfuric acid. I don't think we use enough to worry. Okay, I'm assuming we can produce dedicated petroleum if we need, right? Yeah, that's what this is. We're actually low on crude, which is very bizarre considering we're producing like 1,600. Percent. So yeah, that's a weird problem. Is this just a pressure thing? They all seem to be running, so it's not a pressure issue. Are we just like burning way more fuel than I thought we were? Oh, we're trying to back up this belt right now. That's probably it. We're just using way more light oil than we use on average. Yeah, well, once this backs up and we back up the whole belt after we produce like 1,000 more rocket fuel, things should level out. But this should be a sizable increase to our iridium production. Oh, wait, we still need to we still need to connect the sulfur. That's important. Is sulfur ever really a problem when it comes to uranium? I know this isn't uranium, but it's effectively uranium in terms of how its sulfur is used. So I imagine like you don't normally have a problem getting sulfuric acid to uranium mining, but I haven't really done much uranium mining because most of my runs recently have been, you know, burner burner designs. We can't do uranium with those. I definitely have a very skewed judgment of Factorio at this point. Okay, speed modules. We do not have many speed 2s. This planet honestly needs rocket part deliveries sometime soon. We finally got space capsules though, so that's nice. We didn't get that many. Oh, these were filtered. These are filtered through here. Okay, we need to fix space capsule production then. But yeah, it looks like the biggest bottleneck on this planet is production speed. So we could set up a building rocket. It's like this isn't useful anymore. This one's marked as useless, so we can just move this over here and instead transmit this as a building rocket. You tend to use a lot of uranium when you need it, so it does consume a significant amount of sulfuric acid. Okay. So it might be worth considering automating iron then. I mean, considering how trivial it is, I might as well. Because basically my concern... Oh wait, do we have landfill? I doubt we have landfill here. But, I mean... that's not a problem. There we go. This should be very easy to set up. As long as we have a pass provider over here. There we go. Let's see, it's just that you tend to overscale the battery production by 10 times in vanilla, so it can feed infinity of uranium mining. Yeah, that's true, you do. Yeah, I guess relative to batteries, it just doesn't consume much. My main concern is that this is not a very large ore patch, so I'm worried it will run out. I guess 100,000 is a lot of uranium, but... it's probably not... Actually, is it a 1-to-1 ratio? It might be a 1-to-1 ratio. 0.1. Oh, 0.1 per mining operation. Okay, so it's a 1 to 10 ratio. So this would last like 10 million iridium. Oh well, we'll still set it up. We actually don't need a ton of landfill. Let's just do that first right now. Yeah, I guess it really comes down to if I think I'm gonna expand more. Because if I want to get this stuff, it might cause problems. Oh wait, but at that point we'll have more iron. Oh, we can also get core mining. Okay. Yeah, let's not worry about it. I don't think this is going to be a bottleneck. If anything, it's just going to be the assembler itself. Okay, so this is building rocket filling. And then red, red, red. Okay, now we can start requesting parts. Ooh, true. We could also add modules, make it stretch like another 50 million iridium. I did not realize it only used 0.1. Is that what uranium uses too? Now I'm curious. What does uranium need? Also, we still have not found a good uranium patch on our home planet that isn't like really deep into biter territory. Very happy we found this one. Oh, so this uses a tenth of what uranium uses. That's why it's so cheap. Yeah, core mining would 100% make it last forever. My main issue with core mining is I don't have a good recycling setup for that to use spare resources on most planets. I guess I could start. Oh, you know what I could do? If core mining could ship all of the spare ore to another planet, that could work pretty good. I mean, realistically, it's never going to fill up, but it would be nice to pretend that we'll eventually produce like 500,000 iron from core mining. And then like ship all of the spare copper. Maybe next time we'll do a core mining setups. Just because they are fun. Like, I do like core mining a lot. It would be nice to know that I am smart enough to think them through a little bit. I mean, I know they slightly vary based on planets in terms of ratios, but we could do a pretty generic rocket for it. Oh, you that's a bit too generic, but that also works. Core mining still needs sulfur. Oh, yeah, but it probably uses less. I imagine it uses less than you would get out of it. That's just a guess, though. But I feel like it probably has a net positive with how little it uses. But maybe it depends on productivity modules for that. What am I looking for on this planet? Oh, nothing. I just wanted to see what uranium used. I was just curious. Okay, well, at least we have landfill production. We might as well leave it to run. It's not a ton of landfill, but like it doesn't need to be. I just kind of want to start filling up this lake because this lake right here is going to get in the way of any rockets we request. Because I imagine outgoing rockets will be up here, incoming rockets will be down here. No real reason, that's just where I happen to accidentally place things. Okay, this is filling up again. Or when cargo full. We can also start emptying this. There we go. Actually, we could just deconstruct it, and bots will take it over there. Okay. Building rockets should be good. These do get filtered. Actually, let's just do this. There we go. So that way the building rocket stuff can be recycled. There we go. I'm glad this planet is finally being cleaned up. Okay, building rocket is somewhere over here. It should be set to filling. It usually stays on filling. I feel like we don't need most of this stuff on the planet, but why not? A good way to deal with it is to core mine into a chest and then direct insert into a crusher on each side and output it all on a belt. Does that just help get like a better ratio? What's the benefit of that? I guess just ratio or maybe density, belt density. Because I think that's what we did originally, but that doesn't use up all the miner, right? Oh, but if you have enough core mining, it uses the miner. So maybe that works out. But did the planet I left die ever die? We ended up deleting it. You're talking about this planet, right? The ice planet? So what we ended up doing is we evacuated the entire planet, and then we used the delete planet button and then repopulated it, and that cleared all the biters because this only gets attacked by biter meteors. So now it's safe. Then you need to belt less ore and making the final crushing step easier to sign. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And theoretically, if you expand it enough to where the mining speed is so low, one crusher can hold up, especially if you have speed mods. I think we have that. We had something like that originally here, and the ratio was very far from perfect. But I guess it doesn't need to be. But yeah, this is the planet that we left to die. It's thriving. We haven't expanded it in a while because we haven't been using a ton of cryonite, as you can see here and here. But holmium production seems to be good. What's the limiting factor here? Mining speed as well. Okay, well that's an easy fix. Ooh, should we set up a train? Wait, ooh, I want to set up a train. We have a little bit of time. I might be able to set one up today. Yeah, this wasn't originally going to be the processing section, which is why it looks like it does. This was originally going to be this was just originally going to be a mine. Then we changed it because I decided I wanted to produce stuff as well. There we go, and then we can connect these up here later. Perfect. Prod mod the crushers, but eventually speed beacons become good enough for one, but then mining productivity counteracts it over time. It takes a long time for that one to happen, though. And if that ever happens, you just go build more core mining to counteract that by making everything slower. Okay, holmium is... Let's see, there's some down here we can use. Actually, I don't think that's a good design for this, right? We should just have the train coming off of this, and we drive on the right over here. It is so hard to click on the, the hitbox sometimes. Okay, that should be good enough, and then we send it down and around. And we rotated it the wrong way. We don't have a generic... We don't really have a generic design for these. That doesn't really need a chain signal, I don't think. This one probably should have one, though. I mean, not like... it's not... We have like a single train here. Why does this not work? Oh my gosh, we forgot to hold down shift again. We're really not used to trains. I mean, I'm getting more used to them, but whenever I see like the ghost and it auto placing, I would think it's... I want it to like not try to place it if it can't. Is that a toggle anywhere? Because I really would much rather have it just not place it in the first place rather than leave a gap. Because that seems like something that would be a setting, but maybe not. Train station, that's what it's called, right? Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Okay, and then this also is a spot for cryonite, so if we ever need more cryonite, we can get it here. Which should be simple enough. Yeah, perfect. We can set up a second train. I'm content with that. I like it. This isn't powered. It'll take a while to build, but I think bots probably won't die from this. Yeah, it looks like they're mostly going forward. We might need to add a charging station, though, because I feel like they're struggling. Okay, maybe that will help. Just something to keep them going the last leg. Okay, Holmanite is over here. We don't really have a mining blueprint that I like, I don't think, which is why we've just been copying it every time. Like, we have this unmoduled one, and then we have this one over here, which does have a module. But this is completely unbeaconed. Also, I don't like... This is completely unmoduled. Yeah, I don't like this design. Do we seriously not have a mining blueprint? There it is. Yeah, I think at some point we decided to stop using modules because we didn't really have good enough... speed modules, and we weren't gaining anything from it, per se. Okay, that can go here, that can go there, and then we can compress these probably into three segments. Oh, that's true. Power was an issue at some point as well. Okay, do we have a balancer? Because this is a train station. We should probably have a balancer for a train station. We used a balancer somewhere, right? We have at least one balancer in the base. I just don't know where. Maybe here. I think we unbalanced the unloading. We balanced the loading. That's a more accurate statement. But yeah, power probably was an issue. I think it's good now because we have uranium set up. But initially we didn't have a full uranium processing. Okay, that can go there. We just need to downgrade it. Then we can copy it here for when we do cryonite. Actually, cryonite would come from the left. Okay, that should be perfect. I don't know if this planet has red belt automated, so I might actually downgrade these. Yeah, it's probably... Never mind, it's probably not a concern. Power pole, power pole. Okay, at least... I'm not saying our base has generic designs, but it's getting more generic every day. Like, we can copy and paste things a lot better. This is not working. I think we need to remove a lot of this stuff from the requests. Let's just turn the chests one off. That's a lot of modules that we're sending to a planet that doesn't do much. Oh well. Wait, there's Holmanite right here? I mean, we might as well use it, right? I don't know exactly how we're going to use it, but it would be silly of me not to. Okay, let's use... I feel like we can use a yellow belt here, right? The only reason I'm using yellow belt is because I know we have fully automated yellow. So, like, it's low risk. Like, I don't have to worry that I'm going to run out of belt halfway. I mean, I know we can send a supplemental belt as well, but might as well go with this one for now. Okay, there we go. Now we're using that belt. Okay, that one's not too bad. I like how there was just closer Holmite that I could have used this whole time and didn't notice. See, what is this? Oh my gosh, we have an oil train? Huh. I didn't realize... Oh, this planet produces, I think, sulfuric acid for uranium mining. That's what it is. We don't need that much. We just need a little bit, which is why we're able to set up an oil train for 300% and still get enough. It also just very occasionally uses plastic. Basically, it just uses everything in incredibly low quantities. Yeah, like this plastic lane does not run very often. I don't know why it builds that many. But it's way easier to overbuild than underbuild, that's for sure. Okay, and then this can use a chest. Actually, wait, we should just use a warehouse. This is space exploration, I forgot. Warehouses are way easier to use. Okay, and then I guess we can just split them in half. Just because that's the space that I have. And then we'll combine them at the end. Because I'm not too concerned with balancing here. I just kind of want to get these connected. There we go. Bots are placing them a little bit far away. This is the wrong side. That's not going to do anything. You missed the giant storage boxes in vanilla. Wait, the what? I'm not sure what these giant storage boxes are. Did vanilla have the equivalent of warehouses? Because that sounds awesome. I don't remember these. I believe you, I just don't remember them at all. Was it a glitch? A bug where they actually made storage boxes incredibly big? Oh. Gotcha. So I read that as you miss when they were in vanilla, not like you miss having them when you play vanilla, if that makes sense. Holmanite ore in. Yeah, no, definitely not. Yeah, realize now that is not what you meant. And I got excited. I thought maybe there was a patch where they actually broke the boxes and just had really, really big boxes for some reason, because that would be pretty fun. Okay, I think this is good. We can put the train on logic. I think we should put the train on logic. I don't know if we have a combinator here for that, though. But it's really easy logic to do, so I really should use it. Because we can just do a combinator, decider combinator, and then we can only activate this if these warehouses are backed up with at least one train of resources, which I don't know how much that is when it comes to Holmanite. Let's see, this stacks to 20 and this stacks, so that's 800 times 4, so that's 3,200. So we can just activate the train when we get 3,200. Ooh, good point. Larger chest in vanilla because of that would make sense. Just because you have more junk you have to hold. What if the rocket... What if people just start using the rocket as a chest? Like the cargo rockets equivalent? Imagine unloading a train station with that. The most expensive, but ultra dense storage. That would actually be pretty great. What is this connection that I'm trying to make? Let's see. I guess this works. Yeah, it technically works. I should have had this belt a little bit higher, but honestly, it doesn't matter that much, so I'm not too concerned with it. Okay. And then once these all build, it should be good. Just make a junk to You just start launching things to another planet to store them. Now that's a strategy I like. Okay, so this needs cryonite in. No, not cryonite in, sorry. Holmanite ore in, holmanite ore out. Full cargo, empty cargo. And that should be good. Yeah, this doesn't have a refueling station, does it? Wait. How do I refuel this? Is there anything nearby I can use this fuel? It's gonna last a while. I could do a requester chest. Technically, this works. This is the first thing I've had to build so far from our base. In 2.0, just send your junk into orbit and toss into space. I've heard people do that in space exploration, which is really funny to me. Like somebody just started sending landfill into the sun or something like that, which I love that. Okay, rocket fuel is kind of expensive, but I think that technically works. I can't believe I referred to rocket fuel as expensive. It's just we don't have much on this planet specifically. Although I guess we're importing it. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I guess we have more than enough for trains that move once every hour. Yeah, I have nothing to be concerned with. Okay. I'm surprised the train got here already, actually. So this just needs red wire, red wire. Very unfortunate. So this one we can see enable, disable. If... Wait, why do I have a combinator here? Oh, I know what it is. I've heard enable, disable causes some issues if a train's like mid-transit or something. So what I want to actually do is if anything is greater than 3,200, to make it a little bit more generic, we output L with a signal value of 1. So this just makes it that once these back up... Oh, wait. That doesn't quite work, does it? Well, it will work eventually. It will work once these start being balanced. Yeah, well, once these are all built, it's fine. The logic right now is a little bit rough. How much landfill do you need to get to the sun? Actually, yeah, you'd probably need quite a lot to actually fill the sun, huh? Okay, but conceptually this works. It works better with core mining and not warehouses. Actually, yeah, the warehouses are a little bit rough. I might decrease how much they can hold. Nah, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it won't matter soon. Tossing junk to space is one of the easiest, earliest things they showed off when they revealed the space platform. Ooh, so you're saying it's canon? This is set to 0. Okay. Yeah, the logic here isn't perfect. I don't know how we accounted for that on novice. I think we've only had to use it before. Oh, that's what it was. We had inserter balancers as well. I see. That's how this one works. I don't care that much, so I'm not going to change it, but we won't copy this design. That's for sure. Look at that. We just got a beryllium rocket. How's the building rocket coming? Ooh, they've stopped. Okay, so we can send this to Hera. I'm actually going to save it because I'm not entirely sure it's right. The problem with disable and enable disable is trains will stop in the middle of the tracks if all destinations close while they're in transit. Okay, that's what I thought the issue probably was, but I've never like actually ran into the issue myself, so I wasn't confident. But yeah, that does make sense. Whereas if you set a train limit, they'll at least keep going to the destination. So it's marginally harder to set up because we do need a combinator, but like if it works better, that is much nicer. Not like we have a high train throughput here, but you know, it's one of those free is free situations, or effectively free is free, because combinators are not expensive. They're not expensive in vanilla. They're especially less expensive here. Okay, this is filling up properly. It's going to request trains way too early, but like I said, we'll have a balancer, so it'll work out. Okay, I think that's a good stopping point then. We increased the amount of resources we're getting on most of the planets, which is nice. I think we actually just straight up need more assembling machines here to get more holmanite. Hera does seem to be getting significantly more resources as well. So this one... Actually, this one just got the building rocket. So I think if we just upgrade this before we leave, well, we'll be off to a good start. So let's do some beacons, which we can technically fit. I don't know if we can fit them everywhere. Just because this is a little bit messy, but well, we'll see. Actually, wait, this does power all of them. Okay, I think we have a pattern that works. I was worried that we didn't have a pattern that we could copy to beacons, but I think we're okay. Now, we probably should have used blue belt here because I think we're going to run into belt saturation issues soon if we add too many modules. So we're going to add some prod modules, and then we're going to offset those with speed modules and the beacons. There we go. Then these should also get prod modules because free is free. Now these need a slightly different pattern to work, I think. Yeah, this needs to be flipped. Now we should be able to fit a beacon here. Underground, underground. Underground, underground. We're going to flip this as well. Now we can copy this. Beacons are powered. Okay, so now these all have prod modules. These could probably use prod modules, and beacons would be a better setup. I don't actually know why we don't have beacons at all in this design. That's a little bit of a weird oversight on my part. Not a huge deal overall, but definitely an odd choice. Enable disable can also sometimes just cause train loops, like you once saw where an An air filter train was stuck looping the tracks because of the destination logic. Okay, that's not... It's not ideal. Okay, so definitely glad we're sticking with our original design then. Because I don't think I don't think I want to enter that kind of loop. I guess that can go over there. It wastes a beacon, but they're pretty cheap. Now, we can probably upgrade more modules, but I don't think we really need to right now. See, how do I power this? That's the real question. I think we could, if we move inserters around, we can fit a beacon here, or we can just do this and power it with 2. But these aren't backed up yet, so I don't think we actually have a concern here. I was just trying to see if I can get some prod modules, because might as well. We'll just do that for now. If I forget to upgrade it, I forget to upgrade it. It's not the end of the world. And then just in case we have throughput issues, we can also do this. And sideload this halfway down the line. Perfect. Okay. We probably now have input speed issues, don't we? I'm so glad I created a different problem. But exactly what I wanted to do. Okay, so this can go here, this can go here, this can go here. Okay. Gotta love it. Trading one issue for the next. Okay, so that makes it work a little bit better. Okay, that should increase our iridium and our holmanite. I think we probably double the production rate. We will not know for a long time. We also have to double check to make sure it is in fact doubled here. But that should help with it. And this as well. Okay, now we definitely shouldn't have problems. Yeah, these are going to be broken in so many other ways before it's an issue. I don't think we sent prod mods. Okay, we didn't send prod mods or speed ones to this planet somehow. I think we forgot to attach that. That's okay. Not a big deal. We'll fix that next time. How did we forget speed ones and prod ones on Hera? I think we might have something connected to the building rocket logic that we did not see. Because if I had to guess, we do have... We probably have a filling rocket on a planet that already has a prod mod being registered. Oh well, that's for next time. Have a wonderful evening, and peace.